Hello and welcome to Road America once again, site to race number 4 of season number 5 of the Coke Vanilla Cup Series. Join me once again, like he will for most of the season, Stephen Paul III.
I am here. My flight was a little delayed, but we've made it finally here to Road America.
Yeah, a little bit of an off week there. If you did not watch qualifying, you would not have realized that William Duncan will be on the pole today, starting alongside the defending champion Mary Shelley. Jessica Shelton and Vince Almarego will make up row number 2. Joshua Osborne, Charles Jackson, row 3. Jack James and Will Lewis in row number 4. And Mohammed Zain Abdullah and Zach Rogers in row number 5. Here's the rest of the starting grid. Tristan Wilhoit looking to continue what has been just absolute domination so far the first 3 races. The only driver who can say that he has finished in the top 5 and top 10 in all 3 races so far this season. He'll have his work cut out for him starting back in 31st though today. Will Lewis is 44 points back in second. Bill Bragg Jr., top rookie right now, third in points, 68 points back. Brennan Patterson with the win at Atlanta is fourth in points, 92 back. And, not defending champion Mary Shelley. Defending champion Chris Washer is fifth in points, 133 points back. Tim Randolph is sixth in points. He is the only other driver who can leave here as the points leader. Rest of the top 10, Muhammad Zain Abdullah, Zach Rogers, Levi McIntyre, and Seth Cole. So we've already gotten our typical one mistake out of the way here. Stephen Shahon will go and get the command first.
Drivers, start your engines!
Okay, now that the command has been given, Stephen, what do you expect to see today with a caution-free race here at Road America?
I expect the field to get sprout. The first lap will be interesting. Turn 1. There's 3 interesting spots. There's one spot, I believe it's turn 3, that the cars can slide, get stuck in the sand pit, and get towed in the pits. There's one spot where you can go off the track. It's like a sweeping left-hander, and if you go off of it, you will hit the tire barrier and the last corner. Watch out for those 3 corners to be very interesting. And going into turn 5, that after the long straight, trying to brake if there's any brake check and anybody loses their hood. Will Hoyt probably won't get the top 10. I'm going to go with the Mary Shelley to win the race.
Going with that outside pole sitter who will have the inside line for turn number 1. I don't know who to actually pick in all honesty. Inside line always is interesting here on the front straightaway, as you can tell.
As somebody got very slow to start. Oh, God.
And, well, that's the green flag right there.
Yeah, and everybody jumping on Steve out near the wall.
31 already, William Duncan getting to the lead just easily enough.
See, this corner right here will be interesting. Ooh.
And there's 3 wide right here.
This is what I'm talking about. You get a little loose, and you spin in the grapple, you're going to get towed to the pits.
Well, we saw someone go off yesterday. Let's see if the back is clean. They are.
Damn.
So far, so good there, and Mary Shelley in second, and the battle is quickly for third between Almarego and Shelton.
This one's to watch out for the brake check as Shelton all over the 15.
And it looks like Osborne's got his rear bumper full of the 4 right there. Will Lewis, one of the 3 Camping World cars this week.
We're going to Camping World, Charles?
I don't know. We got the 7's got Camping World, the 07's got Camping World, and the 33's got Camping World. So I don't know.
And this corner right here, the other one I was talking about, this long sweeping corner that if you get off.
Carousel.
Carousel, that's what it is.
And Will Lewis.
Uh-oh.
He got it.
Leader.
No, it's second in points.
And one of the Camping World cars is not going to win the Camping World 500.
This actually was not the Camping World 500, thankfully enough.
Oh, shit.
This
one right here, too. Because if
Canada
you get
corner.
off... This one, yeah, Canada corner. Because if you get off in the gravel, come back, you get hooked in that tire barrier, and it's not going to be a pleasant crash.
This corner actually not as bad in terms of NR from what I've had. I've never really had problems with Canada corner. As you see, there is the second one of the Camping World cars, Jonathan Zorline in the 7.
And this is another one of the corners, too, that if you get off, it could be a very trouble spot.
Yep. And there's Will Hoyt already. Let's see where he's up to after 1 lap. He started 31st. And runs 30th. Mary Shelley's on pit lane.
Oh my god, I jinxed her.
As well as Will Lewis, I think. Yeah, Will Lewis, the 07, also on pit lane.
Well, I might have jinxed her, or maybe she jumped the start.
I don't know. That looks like more than just a stop and go. Meanwhile, battle for third. Osborne's going to grab the spot away from the 21 car of Jessica Shelton. Shelton just looking for a solid run here because really just needs to put some of those together.
And those were Larry McReynolds' track backs too. But Osborne has DNQ'd a few races this year, looking for a solid run to get out of the DNQ series.
Well, remember, 70 also only part-time car, so they've only got this race and next race, and then they'll be MIA for week 6, so.
Back to this corner. This corner is going to be the corner to watch every lap, because even the leader can go off here. If they go off, that's their race.
Yeah, but I think we've got the INI here set up well enough so that they won't do that periodically, so. In the Hooter Series race, we only really had a problem with it on the first lap, so. As looking through the field, just kind of seeing who's where. Looks like Will Hoyt's going to be making some moves already. He's up to 28th, and right into the kink is going to be a problem spot.
Yeah, Max Anderson, who held up Will Hoyt at Bristol, not really repaying the favor back here at Road America.
Not surprised either, though. Chris Louvier, who put... Oh, Will Hoyt's out in the dirt.
Man, and Will Hoyt not having any friends out here.
And I see a little bit of back-end damage, it looks like maybe to the 8 of Cole Deaver. I'm not quite sure.
Well, they probably break... Oh, Cole Deaver just...
Kind of missed the corner there.
Budweiser in the 8 car?
Maybe.
I'm surprised Will Lewis is able to continue. It looks like he didn't pound the wall that hard, but he's still out there on track as the 9 car went wide.
Yep, gonna lose a spot to Kyle Matthews at least, and possibly another one to Zach Rogers, his teammate there.
And coming down the inside, Mary Shelley is now in last, but she hasn't lost a lap.
41st place, yeah. Well, you can pit here without losing a lap, so I mean...
Yeah, it's 4 miles. See, maybe for next year we're going to upgrade to the 2013 version of this track.
Probably not.
there's less traps, that's why.
Yeah, but we're also only looking at like 2008 too, so.
Yeah, well, they weren't even at Road America in 2008.
Oh well. Zachary Fitzwater, also another one that could use a good run here. 44th in the points coming in. It's going to gain a spot already over Tom Shelley, assuming he doesn't finish dead last.
Yeah, with all the debate, with all the feel fresh straight out, we're going to have a lot of good debates in this 16-lap race.
Well, I didn't want a wreckfest either, that's the thing. Chris Wilson damage to the right side of the 66 car.
Must have got on the side of somebody.
Yeah, must have. Alexander Rowe back here losing some spots. He's another one of the guys who was in that Gorgo home scenario coming in. 41st in points there for the 2.
Whoa. See, I've been using the 2013 version, so I forgot there was this version.
Well, and Wilson's going to pit for the damage, and I think I just saw the other Yates car, the 88 of Max Anderson. Well, never mind. I thought I saw the 88 pitting. This is really low on the track there for some reason.
Is there a prize for the top Camping World car?
I don't believe so. Meanwhile, looks like Anderson's still going to have to battle with Sanford here for 25th, and Louvier are going to try and grab that spot away as well. Anderson gets the spot back.
Louvier's been starting in the front a lot this year. I'm surprised he's starting in the back.
Maybe he didn't have to bring a qualifying setup. Maybe that's why.
Probably brought the SS car.
Wow. Meanwhile, Levi was making a look on the 83 there of Sky Commons, not able to get the move done.
Nice rebound by Sky after DNQing Bristol and having a decent game. She raced.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Someone kicked up a lot of dirt as Alexander Rowe got into the grass as well.
I think Seth is only race he missed is Daytona, so Seth is marginally improving this season.
Well, I said in qualifying, he's actually already halfway, almost halfway to his point total from last year.
Poor Seth.
It only took him 3 races to do so. Anderson actually lets out before the kink so he can keep his momentum up. Probably a smart move there. And Levi now is going to grab that spot away from the 83 of Sky Commons.
It's been got some side-by-side battles, but this is what happens. We got a battle up there up front.
We had a change for second actually as well, as Zayn Abdullah grabs 11th away from James Qualls. Vince Almarego fell from 2nd to 4th on 1 lap.
Must have gotten that must have been all the dirt that we saw kicked up.
Might have been, as Osborne now is in 2nd, 3 seconds back of William Duncan, and Shelton just a half second back there in 3rd.
Well, Osborne won the DNQ race at Bristol, so that momentum might lead him to a win here.
Maybe. Let's check in on Smet Ozkan, who was 30th in points coming in. Currently is running 30th.
There we go.
Yeah, but only was 8 points ahead of Amy Shelley in the 12, who currently runs in 10th.
Well, that's not what he needs.
So Ozkan in danger of possibly falling to the go or go home ranks next week. And remember, that's the car that won the owner's title last year.
No, the 29.
29 is, yeah. Girls. No, the 29 is. That's the one I'm talking about.
Oh, I thought. Never mind. They got my mistake out of the race.
So Chris Wilson now 41st. Mary Shelley is in 40th. Brandon Patterson, the Atlanta winner, is back in 38th. Bill Brack Jr. is back here as well.
We still got an investigation on Gene Sanford from Atlanta.
Wow. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And that is going to be the end of the top 10 streak.
And the points.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Will Lewis is back in 42nd. We'll make it now 41st. Bill Bragg Jr. is 3rd in points, and there's 4th in points.
Where is Chris Washer?
Chris Washer was 133 points back. He's still running only in 13th.
It's possible if he wins the race, he can take the points lead.
It's possible, but highly unlikely right now, considering where he's running. Amy Shelley's going for 9th now on fellow Dodge, Zachary Fitzwater. And now the drama all of a sudden somewhat picks up a little bit.
Poor Will Hoyt.
I mean, the way that the rest of the top contenders are going, he could afford the bad race. Battle of the 1957 Chevys here. Kyle Matthews and Vince Almarego. Meanwhile, Osborne picked up a full 2nd almost. Is that just the last lap? Yeah, dang. And Matthews unable to make the move.
Seems like the 15 is holding up the back of the field.
Maybe just a tad, as Jack James nearly got out on the grass. Could almost speak wonders about how well this team's doing compared to last year.
It's telling you, that Talladega momentum when North led like 20 laps or something, that really carried over to this season. They're running a lot better.
Maybe they just kind of disguised the 04 from last year as the 4. That might have been it.
They probably did. And remember, they sold their best SS car to S3 Motorsports at Daytona, so.
Yeah, that did them a lot of good.
Yeah. Jess having one of her best runs in a long time. I don't remember how well she did last season, but I know that 43 wasn't up front that much.
Well, she did get the win at Michigan last year, which was something at least. Osborne went way wide, though.
I did.
And Almarego's going to be the first of the leaders to pit on lap 6. Now, this is going to be key. What strategy does the 15 employ here? James Qualls also pits in the 11.
And Will Hoyt's still sitting dead in the water in the pits.
Well, I think that's because they're still getting towed. That car is going to retire once they get there. Almarego with right sides at least, so probably just a 2-tire change. Yep.
And according to the watch, according to the clock, it's 9:05 in the morning.
It could be. There's Mary Shelley now coming down the front straightaway after her early pit stop. Where does she cycle out with these guys? Going to be interesting idea, I guess. Not even close. Cole Deaver also apparently had pit at one point, so there's that. And Jessica Shelton with, I think, the first, well, I was going to say, I think with the first lap time, she becomes the 4th driver to set a lap time under the 2-minute mark here for this race.
That's good. That's flying around this track.
As you can see, part of the reason for the delay of getting this race. Amy Shelley has now also gone past Jack James up to 8th. Amy Shelley on a move. I think she's made every race. She just didn't have the good Bristol race, really, is all that happened.
Yeah.
Ooh, a little bit of contact there.
That's the corner's hard. You hit that tire barrier, it's not going to be a pleasant crash.
Yeah, and usually if you're hitting that tire barrier, it's because someone turned you, and that almost is what happened. Meanwhile, Duncan, Shelton, Osborne all pit. Jack James will stay out and try and lead a lap.
JJ going up for the lead.
And not able to do so. Will be scored 3rd. But, hey, Morgan McClure Motorsports at least leading.
Yeah. You know, they did the 04 win last season. There was a lot of D&Q guys.
04 did not win last season. Dylan Young also stays out. And 31 also going to go for just the 2 tires. And a little bit awkward out of that first pit stall. And he gets the wall!
Oh, that's the problem with this track.
So damage now to the 31. And there's Almarego with full head of steam coming on out. He's actually going to lose some spots, I think, because Kyle Matthews is going to jump him through the pit cycle.
Is the 31 going to stay out, or how's that damage going to affect Warner?
I don't know, but it definitely is affecting him. And look at the straight line speed right now as already Shelton closing up quickly. We're going to have a battle for the lead on our hands here. At least the effective race lead.
This is a little slightly off topic, but do you have Blake Bortles as your starting?
No, but someone in our fantasy league does, because I put him in their lineup because they had Ben Roethlisberger starting.
Well, he just got benched, so they're screwed.
Well, they were screwed anyway if they went with Roethlisberger, to be fair.
Well, anyways, back to the race.
Yeah, thanks about that. Will Lewis back on pit lane. And I would believe that Jack James and Dylan Young should pit this time. Interesting thing I'm just thinking, though. This is lap 8. They might be able to make it the rest of the way from here, while some of those other guys might have to pick it again.
They just have to stay within the buffer so they can take the lead.
As Jack James and Dylan Young both pit this time by. William Duncan still with the lead. Almarego going inside of Kyle Matthews for, I think, the effective P4 here. We'll get it.
Yes.
Almarego's had a decent start to the year. I mean, he's 11th in points, so not too bad.
I think, what's his name?
Jack
the 15
James.
Team are gonna be pretty. No, I'm talking about the 15 team.
That's Almarego.
Almarego's gonna. I'm talking about the 15. They're gonna be having drivers throughout the whole season, as they went through a couple drivers last year.
Yeah, just having one driver might be good enough for them right here. As Amy Shelley's has hit someone or something.
Something hard, yeah.
A lot of damage to the side of the 12. Meanwhile, James Qualls, who's put the 11 car into 12th in points right now, coming into this race. Goes wide a little bit, and now Zach Rogers going to try and take advantage.
5 bonus points to Jack James. That's going to help his cause. I mean, he's pretty
19th.
high up, so it's not too bad, but anything helps. 19.
Yeah, to be fair for Steven here, he has to try and do the math on this because on my spreadsheet that has the point standings, it's starting at cell 171 instead of cell 1 or something like that, so.
Jessica's definitely caught the back of the. I don't know. It's just catching is one thing, passing is another.
Yeah, and Osborne's still hanging in strong in third right now. We'll do a field rundown here once they cycle through here. Just looking through the back. Right now, Tristan Wilhoit's still the only retiree. And Duncan, down that straightaway at least, looks to be somewhat up to speed, so not so sure. We'll have to see how that impacts him further ahead, especially as these tires start to wear.
Jessica's going to catch the back bumper. It's going to be very, very painfully slow.
But Duncan obviously not going to be pitting. I mean, he would have already had it been really affecting him. And we did see people in the Truck Series race pit after getting damaged though too, so it was always a possibility. The way field now has cycled through here as field rundown after the first cycle of pit stops. William Duncan is the race leader over Jessica Shelton, Joshua Osborne in third, Vince Almarego fourth, Kyle Matthews rounding out the top 5, Charles Jackson, James Qualls, Zach Rogers, Chris Washer, and Zachary Fitzwater the top 10. Muhammad Zain Abdullah and Jack James battle for 11th. Steve Pollard is in 13th once I can get to him. Gene Sanford in 14th. Levi McIntyre in 15th. Oh, okay, so that's why it's messed up. Mark George is in 16th. Preston Plord 17th. Dylan Young 18th. Jonathan Zorline in 19th. Sam Young in 20th. Sky Commons, Max Anderson, Seth Cole, Cole Deaver, Tim Randolph, Henry Sanford, Alexander Rowe, Ali Nelson, Chris Louvier, trying to see who, and Christopher Pierce, I believe, would be about the top 30. William Brock, Stephen Paul III, and just at this point kind of just see it because it is so strung out right now. There's Amy Shelley, who is just out of the pits now after having to pit for the damage. Looks a lot better now. Looks like
is it time to bring up the Gene Sanford losing streak?
I don't think it's ending today, so I don't see why it'd even be brought up. So, best battle on track right now is for third. Looks like Vince Almarego's got a good handling car. They made the right adjustment there on the pit stop. Trying to look for a way on by, and Duncan pits!
Pitch strategy or just the damage?
I have no clue. Almarego, though, tried to make the move on Osborne unsuccessfully. And Jessica Shelton now leads at Road America. 5 bonus points to the 21. Which that one will really help because they're not even top 30 in the points coming in.
Well, they gotta be careful over here.
Kyle Matthews all over the back bumper of the 70 right now.
I mean, the 70 did do a win last week and the DNQ race, so they're really showing some momentum right now.
Yeah, maybe. You wouldn't expect there to be momentum to be gained out of a DNQ race, but you never know. Kyle Matthews now clears for third, and that's another car that could use a good run. 34th in the points coming in for Kyle Matthews.
I believe he missed the race, if I remember correctly.
Yes, missed Bristol, I believe. Just kind of looking for where is a good battle on track right now. Just kind of seeing what the spot was. Well, this one's shaping up right here. Max Anderson starting to close in on the 7 of Jonathan Zorline.
He needs a Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry.
I think it's a little early for that campaign. look like that's going to shape up too much. Zorline at least just kind of went wide a little bit. Just kind of looking. Allie Nelson also pit now, 29th place last time by. Kind of interesting. I didn't expect them to pit that quickly after pitting already. Whoa!
Here they come.
Even Almarego, who stayed out that extra lap. Well, Jack James stays
We
out.
have this on 4X.
No, it's on 2X. Jack James, Dylan Young both stay out once again. I did warn you. I felt like it was going to be a two-stop race.
Well, the real question is where does William Duncan?
Well, I think that really is only going to matter once they get these two tires on here and get out. There's Christopher Pierce, the 41. There's William Brock.
The hell did William Brock come from?
I think he was just that far behind. Osborne goes out way wide. He's going to get passed by Stephen Paul III and Brendan Patterson. Samet Ozkan's back here. Still no sign of the 31, though.
Man, the 31 must have had a long... Oh, I mean, sorry, excuse the language, a long...
There he is. Now the question is going to be, do Jack James and Dylan Young pit?
I wouldn't pit if I were them.
Christopher Pierce also, I think, staying out, trying to stretch it out a little bit, maybe steal a top 5, or at least a top 10. Ozcon out wide a little bit.
Well, this is what the 29 car needed.
Definitely need to play some sort of strategy. I mean, it's going to try and salvage at least some of his race.
Still go off in the turn of death.
Delon Ebrahimian there, trying to get a spot from Kyle Matthews. Going to be on the inside of the kink. Tried to hold it in there, though. Not able to do so successfully.
Let's see if they're going to pit. Nope.
Jack James does not. Dylan Young does.
Yeah. And I want to go down to the Morgan McClure pit and check their fuel intake.
Looks like Christopher Pierce also going to stay out in the 41 car. Here comes William Brock to the inside and not to pit lane. Okay. I was going to say.
I was about to say nothing like a... Man, I guess tires don't mean anything if William Brock is passing Jessica unless she took fuel.
Well, remember, everyone took about... It looked like everyone took right side tires on their first pit stop. Second time around, everyone took left side tires, so... Just a little bit younger left side tires, basically, is all it is.
If the 4 has got, what, 20 seconds over all these guys, so he can just save.
Yeah, he could. The question is he? Ozcon now in 8th, so that's an interesting part of the ordeal here. I mean, William Brock, he definitely can't save if he's not good to go on fuel.
Nope.
Same for Stephen Paul III and Brendan Patterson, who we have not seen make a second pit stop yet, so...
We just need a little push to the pits, that's all.
Meanwhile, Shelton having to fend off from Stephen Paul III there. This is the battle for 5th. And Patterson out wide a little bit. Is Ozcon going to go wide? No. I see McCullough back there just outside of the picture. Let's see, 26 is running in 14th. Okay.
Does Jack James pit?
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does.
So Jack James will relinquish the lead, possibly to Christopher Pierce here in car 41, who has 14 seconds over the rest of the field, and, well, so much for that.
Surprise. And Brock's going to stay out.
William Brock stays out, so too does Stephen Paul III and Brennan Patterson. Did they pit a second time and
No,
we just not see it? I mean, is that even a possibility?
I didn't. 23 was 6, so no, they did not pick it the second time.
Almarego not able to keep it in there underneath Kyle Matthews. He'll lose any ground on that one.
You see,
Meanwhile,
Brendan Patterson
go ahead.
needs this run so he can get the points lead.
Yeah, it would definitely change hands there if he can finish third. Top 3 have only pit one time, and 4 of the top 5.
For some reason, all the cars who have not pitted have passed Jessica, and all the cars who have pitted cannot pass Jessica. What logic does this make?
I don't know.
It looks like old tires are working better than new tires.
Well, I mean, they all have about the same right side tires, I would imagine. Unless these guys who are in front of Jess right now only took 4 tires on their original pit stop. As now Osborne got the grass a little bit there. And Kyle Matthews out wide.
way out wide. Oh, Charles Jackson had a terrible entry to that corner.
Yeah, but he's going to get the exit here, I think. And if nothing else, Kyle Matthews on the inside line for the kink. We've seen how this has worked out all weekend. About the same.
Ooh.
And Ebrahimian now into the top 10.
Do they pick at this lap?
That's going to be a good question. William Brock looking for his first career Cup Series win if he can hold on to this.
Hey, I won here last season, so you know what? I'll take 2 in a row. And we're probably going to pit.
And yep.
Yep.
And Shelton
Whoa.
was in the grass. Ebrahimian also pits. And now Joshua Osborne and Almarego to the top.
Man, Osborne is freaking on a roll, man.
Charles Jackson's going to grab a spot there from Shelton as well.
That's
So
an old
now to
rival
third.
right there.
Sorry, you were going to say?
I said that's an old rivalry right there.
So now rookies run 1-2 at Road America here. And we have yet to see a rookie actually win this season in the Coke Vanilla Cup Series. We have seen no one but rookies win in Reebok Truck. And it's been at least a little bit of a better mixture in terms of the Hooter Series having rookies and veterans. But right now we're looking at
like,
rookie 1-2.
And we have a part-time car leading.
Yeah, that too. Nothing like a chase spot or a win from one of the races that you know is not going to be of any use to anyone. And Shelton's car just wrong adjustment or something on this run.
Well, I mean, everybody on old tires faster, so I kind of expected. I mean, I can see the cars falling off.
So now can Joshua Osborne keep all 4 wheels on the track? That's basically all he has to do. Charles Jackson, I think the best he can do is just get second away from Almarego. Osborne, for the record, 45th in the points coming into this. He's
Man,
only got
I'm telling you.
168 points for the season. He's looking to double that total in one race.
All right. So I'm going to guess the 40 car is going to win next week now.
Why did the 40 win the DNQ race?
The GNQ race, we're still waiting on the cars to come back.
White flag is out for Joshua Osborne. And the lead is 0.7 of a second. Almarego caught by about 0.6.
Now, the thing about Osborne, I call him Ozzy Osborne, but you know, he spun last week, redeemed himself and won. This might be the first time a guy has won a DNQ race the week before and actually winning the race the following week. The stats book for that.
I don't know. I haven't kept
I don't
track
know
of that.
Maybe Kreller or Ash Curtis. I know Kreller won the Southern 500 house somehow.
I don't know. Almarego, though, still closing in every little bit, so Osborne, like I said, all he has to do is just keep 4 wheels on the track.
And don't choke like Kyle Matthews at Bristol.
Almarego slid through there a little bit. Funny you say
They're
that when
all
Kyle
sliding.
Matthews is top 5 right now. So
Time to pull a DW. They're all sliding. Let them race.
Mm.
Oh,
Wow, he had to breathe the
no.
throttle.
Man,
You could hear him out of
really
it.
shit his pants right there.
Through the kink for
Yes.
the final time.
And Ozzy Osbourne.
Down to Canada corner, one of the final right-handers.
The 15's there.
Well, he's caught him, but can he make a move? He's at least put the pressure on it. One final corner for Joshua Osborne.
Is he gonna choke? Nope. Maybe. Nope.
No, he doesn't. And the run to the line, Joshua Osborne wins that Road America.
Great rebound for it. Great comeback. Let's see. Nobody side by side. Jack. Whatever. Oh
Wow, they were close
Ooh,
for
close.
they were close for 12th.
Yeah, I was a close finish. And everybody just single file coming down here except the battle for 12. There's Patterson, there's Braddock.
That actually wasn't that bad a job though at actually getting the nun camera there. Mary Shelley apparently had to pit late. And just waiting on Will Lewis, who is at... Wow.
Well, so we're going to go take a commercial break for Arby's, and we'll be right back.
Or we just go ahead and start showing some of the wrecks that we can think of that happened.
Okay, we can do that too.
Alright, so we'll go ahead and do that. And we are back. First incident of the day was indeed Will Lewis. And this was very lucky for him, in all honesty. Especially considering what happened to Will Hoyt later on in the race.
And we
I mean, he does hit the wall, but definitely didn't hit it as hard as he could have.
He definitely needs a new RV after that hit.
That's terrible. Lost in the chaos of the 07 going off, this happened to Chris Wilson.
Well, I can guarantee there'll be no Simon's products at Best Buy this week.
Again, getting worse. Biggest story of the day, in terms of the wrecks at least, is going to end up being Tristan Wilhoit's unfortunate demise.
In addition, Tenna went out of the car.
And one bad part is there's no good camera angles on this part of the track at all.
Nope, there's no runoff. And we will not be getting channel 240 anymore, folks.
What?
Uh-oh.
Here's what happened to Amy Shelley. We saw the damage, and this is going to be friendly fire.
God. Great teamwork right there from the Penske guys.
Wow.
Up at all 4 tires up in the air. I'm glad she didn't flip.
That was pretty wicked impact there for Amy Shelley.
That was.
Holy moly. And with that, that was it for the instance of the day. Joshua Osborne claims the... I don't even know what race title this was. Whoops. Joshua Osborne claims the victory, though. Vince Almarego makes it a rookie 1-2. Charles Jackson, Jessica Shelton, and Kyle Matthews round out the top 5, with James Qualls, Jack James, Dylan Young, Chris Washer, and pole sitter William Duncan rounding out the top 10. Steven, your thoughts on the day?
It was a very good race. It was foul. We had a few incidents, but I'd rather take same race at Road America. Oz won. I'm going to work, and I'll see you guys making my all the way to where Charles is for California next week, where Charles' favorite racetrack, along with Joshua Tree. It's going to be a very exciting race. So I'll see you guys there, and I'll see you guys at the D&Q race on Thursday.
Well, which is kind of funny that he's saying that. Well, we'll say that you're saying that for the California one. How about that?
Yeah, I'll be making an early trip to California. You know, the time
Because
zone,
in all
so.
honesty, I mean, technically, by the time this gets posted, you would have already run the other D&Q race. So
Listen, we got the DeLorean and we went back in time.
there you go. Either way, congrats to Joshua Osborne on the win. Thank you for Steven for joining me. And leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't today. And I'm Gordon from 291. I'll see you next time.
See ya.